David Stark from WatcherPass.com, your website for movie reviews, interviews, and recommendations. Today I'm feeling particularly festive because we're going to talk to Annie Newton, who plays Amy in the all-new holiday drama comedy 12 Days of Christmas. It's available digitally, so you can check it out now or wait for the holidays. We're going to talk to Annie in just a second, but first let's check out that trailer, and while you're watching it, if you can like and subscribe, that would help us out a lot. Thank you so much.
Oh my God. So good to see you.
Stevie Boy!
Got her!
Wow, my beautiful, amazing, wonderful, fantastic friend!
So you and I are gonna throw an awesome, like, burn the house down type New Year's party, invite everybody from high school.
You hate the people we went to high school with, and they kind of hate you back.
Steve, I need to get talked to you.
Woo! So, what do you want to talk about? You know those things aren't 100% accurate. Do you think things feel different between us?
No, not between us. No, we're good. But it's like I've always said, Steve. My love for you manifests itself in making you feel very uncomfortable. And like you've always said,
That's
really f***ed up, yes.
Hey, Annie.
Hi, how are you?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm good. I love that sweater.
Oh, thank you. I figured it's a Christmas movie, so might as well go all out.
That's amazing.
Well, thank you so
my
much
God.
for joining me. The weather looks fantastic out there.
Yeah, it is actually. It's amazing today. It's been so hot lately.
Well, it's getting a little cold in here, so it's not that. I'll take that exchange.
Yeah. Where are you?
I'm just outside Washington D.C.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool.
And you're in the
Very
LA
cool.
area?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank
Yeah.
you so much for joining me. This is Annie Newton, who plays Amy, which is strange that it's so similar. I don't know how
I know.
difficult that was during filming.
I also have a boyfriend named Steve, so
Oh, ooh. Well, at least
had a lot of practice whining that name before I got the role.
I was going to say you had some practice for some really awkward conversations that you hopefully never have to have. So.
Yeah. Totally.
So this is Annie Newton. She plays Amy in 12 Days of Christmas. It's a comedy drama. It's a Christmas comedy drama. It has shades of both, and we'll go into that a little bit during the interview. It's directed by Michael Boyle and also stars Drew Petriello, who plays Steve, and Katee Shean, who plays Rachel. So I guess the first question is, what drew you to this film? Do you love Christmas or just?
Well, so I was just going through my breakdowns one day. Actors just go through breakdowns every morning, and I saw that they were casting, and it just looked like a good story. It was something that I was interested in. So I submitted myself. I actually submitted myself to all of the girl roles. So I submitted myself to all of the friends and everything, but I couldn't make the initial audition. So I ended up going to callbacks instead.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But it was just it sounded like a good, kind of meaty story. It wasn't superficial at all. So that's what attracted me to it, really. Christmas was just a bonus.
Yeah. It's always nice to have a little bit of Christmas cheer.
Yeah.
Although, well, yeah, I guess there's Christmas cheer. It's a tough movie to kind of categorize in that respect.
Yeah, I know.
So the callback, did you audition for everyone still? Did you still go through the audition for all three characters?
No, they called me in for Amy, and I, went straight to callbacks. And I wrote a note, because I was like, oh, sorry, I can't make the initial audition, but I would love to, be a part of this project. So I went straight to callbacks, and then, ended up going to like second callback, I think, and then chemistry reads and everything. But no, they didn't call me in for the other two, which was funny.
Oh, well, you just popped to the top of the list, right?
I guess.
And so this movie involves your relationship with you and Steve, who's played by Drew. One thing I really liked is that you all had a really kind of natural, comfortable chemistry. Had you worked together before, or was it just something that kind of developed on set? Or your answer can be, we're just actors and we do our job and we do it well. That's fine as well.
No, I I love telling this story because so Drew and I just met at my first audition. I think it was his first audition too. So we met at the audition, and then the first time we showed up for rehearsals together, we were reading the same book, which was The Stand by Stephen King. So it's not like it was like a bestseller at the time, like, you know, popular book. It was just random that we were both reading this super thick, like, horror book. So it was fun. No, we just like kind of hit it off. We felt very familiar together. So could be good acting. I don't know.
we'll go with that. And you know, the rest of the cast. One of the things about this movie is it has a small kind of tight knit cast. You know, were there any events that you had with them? Did you get? It sounds like you had chemistry reads. Did you all go out and party just to get into character? Or?
I wish. I would have been so down for that. No, so we had a lot of rehearsals together. Drew and I had a lot of rehearsals together, and then the girls and I had a few rehearsals together too, just to be able to get to know each other. And otherwise, they were just fun people to be around. Everyone on set was really fun. Everyone was very young. For the most part, the majority of the crew they were all USC students. And they were like simultaneous. Yeah, oh really?
Yeah.
They were simultaneously going through finals week as they were shooting this film. So like everybody on set is always dead anyway. And then you throw finals on top. I was like, you guys, power to you.
That sounds terrible. Oh, I wish I would have known it was. I wish I would have known it was a USC film. I might have looked at it a little differently.
They had all like I think they were all shooting or had made their thesis films, you know, together and stuff. So they kind of like curated their crew from who they worked with, you know, on their thesis films. Is great. Sorry, the dogs like know when I'm on Zoom and decide to wreak havoc.
No worries at all. It's fine. I can hear you perfectly, and the dog will just add some extra layers to it. So one of the things I really liked is the film starts off with this. It's like I call it a monologue, but it's not a monologue. It's you and Drew kind of pantomiming what's going to happen in this convenience store, and it goes off the rails. And that was really such a great way to start it. You know, was that all as written? Were you just kind of riffing and kind of, you know, went to the extreme, or how did that work out?
No, that was actually all written, and that's like as dramatic as some of the moments in the film are. I was more nervous about that particular scene than any of them because I was just like, okay, you got to remember like who I'm pretending to be through that monologue. But it was really fun, and you know, we didn't rehearse that at all, really. So it was just like, you know, super early in the morning, and you know, just I was like, all right, just go for it, Annie. I was really going for like Ryan Gosling in Place Beyond the Pines when he like, you know, robs the bank and he gets that super high voice. I was like, just stick to it. But like, it originally was not the first scene of the film.
Okay.
Yeah, it was kind of, you know, it was towards the middle, you know, right before the party. But I think that was such a good decision to stick it in the beginning because it's just such a fun way to kick it off.
Yeah, no, it's a fun way to start it. It kind of shows your and Steve's kind of friendship, and you know, just how there's no barriers between you two.
Yeah,
I'll have to go back and rewatch Place Beyond the Pines. I don't remember it being a comedy, but maybe I missed that.
No, it's not at all. It's just like when I was looking at the monologue and you know, all these different people, you know, the cashier and the bank robber and, you know, whoever, the 911 operator. It's like all these people. I was like, okay, how do I make them all different? You know, it's like I got to do something that, you know, sets each one apart. And so I just had to figure out, you know, who I was gonna like stick to really in my mind, because I don't sound anything like Ryan Gosling.
I think we all wish we were a little more like Ryan Gosling. So.
I think so too.
And so you kind of mentioned that the movie has different shades. There's drama and there's comedy. personally, I liked the drama more, but you know, that definitely had a fun aspect. Well, had good aspects in both. I wouldn't say the dramatic parts were very fun, but they were
Yeah.
very powerful.
Yeah.
You know, how was it balancing, you know, essentially two different movies in one? You know, again, your answer can be, I'm just a good actor, and that's fine. That'll be the theme of this interview is Andy's a good actor.
No, I wish. I think the writing has a lot to do with it, but it was just, you know, it felt very kind of real, because that's how it is. And I tend to also bring a lot of humor into serious situations because that's how I cope with it. Like, I'll be in pain and just laugh it off. But yeah, I think that it just felt kind of natural. I don't know. It didn't feel like I was balancing two movies in one, I guess. I just took it piece by piece, you know, as you do. But yeah, I certainly enjoyed I'm a sick actor. I certainly enjoyed, you know, the dramatic parts more.
Well, you definitely got to cut loose, or well, yeah, you definitely got to kind of control the narrative and control the scene in those, which is what I really liked. You know, not to get into spoilers, but the last kind of car sequence I've watched multiple times just to kind of rehear it, because it was such a good, you know, such a realistic type of conversation. I liked how your character was very strong in those instances. So.
Wow, well, thank you. That's cool that you liked it so much, because that was
Definitely
great. Yeah.
I mean, it's you know, this film also kind of, you know, it is kind of a Christmas movie. It also is kind of like a teen drama. But one thing I did like is it kind of gets rid of some of the tropes that you see in a lot of those movies, and it really kind of sets them up and then knocks them down. And so I really liked that aspect, and how your character kind of bucked some of the trends that you might see in other movies, and kind of, you know, took on this powerful role, which is you know, I think important to show in these situations.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That was the aspect that I really liked about it too, where it was it felt at first like it was kind of something that you've seen before, but then, you know, it's not at all, really.
True story. Just your wonderful holiday treat. Bring the family, get them gathered around.
I know all these, you know, I have some conservative like clients at work and stuff, and they're like, "Oh, let us know when your Christmas movie is out." I'm like, "Okay, I'll totally let you know."
Well, maybe they'll you know, maybe they'll appreciate it, right?
Yeah,
Or
maybe.
they'll open their eyes. Who knows? You know, I guess so it's in the trailer. I assume. I'm pretty sure it's in the trailer. The positive pregnancy test, was that just movie magic, or how did that come about?
That is actually, so the pregnancy, I can't remember what they mixed to actually get it, like, to go positive. There's something.
Oh.
Stop barking. Sorry.
Dogs are welcome on the
Okay,
interview.
well, here you go.
Hello.
There was some mixture of like orange juice and something else where you can turn the test positive. Yeah, I don't know. It was weird, because I was like, wait, did someone pee on these? But yeah, I can't remember what that was, but that was definitely like a movie magic trick right there.
You're like, I will do a lot for my craft, but this might be a little bit too far. That's fascinating. You know, thankfully I've never had to look that up, but that's really interesting.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't tell like some crazy, like maybe I shouldn't release that information, because some crazy chicks might.
It's all on Google at this point. You can probably find anything you really want.
That's so true.
Another thing I liked is that this film's music had a kind of mix of traditional Christmas or holiday music, and then there was this punk 12 Days of Christmas partway through that was just awesome. Do you know if that was made for the film, or if that was a song that they discovered?
I think that was one of the ones they discovered. There were like, I know that there were a couple of them that they had done for the films in particular, but a lot of them they just kind of found these like, you know, smaller bands and used that. But yeah, I love that one, that 12 Days of Christmas song. It was great.
Yeah, I think I might find it for my holiday mix. We like to have
yeah, it totally fits that scene perfectly too.
Exactly. And so in a movie like this, where it sounds like it was a kind of a whirlwind of filming, are you still in contact with any of your co-stars? You all, are you gonna get together this holiday?
I wish so actually Michael, he moved to Boston temporarily. His girlfriend got into Harvard Medical School, so he's on the East Coast now. And then everybody else I think is still in LA. I keep in touch with Drew mostly. Drew, Michael, and then Maggie, the producer, as well. But yeah, it was a good cast and crew. And it was a whirlwind of filming process because I think we filmed it in like 14 days.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was crazy. We had like no time.
You couldn't get it in 12 days. I mean, that would have been much more poetic.
You know what? I'm going to change my answer to that now.
Yeah, you should.
Every interview from now on, I'm going to say it.
Well, awesome.
Shot in order, 12 days.
Yeah, exactly. And each day we had some theme, and then we try to figure out which theme is on which scene.
Yeah. It's so funny.
So now I'm going to transition to, I call it the lightning round. It's just, lightweight questions that kind of somewhat relate to the character, sometimes relate to the movie. I just kind of want to see what your personal experience is like versus your character. You are free not to answer. You can choose to pass on any of them. I try to make them answerable, but it's
okay.
I won't be offended if you pass on any. So the first question is, what's your go-to Christmas album?
Ooh, John Mayer.
It's a good one. He has a Christmas album, I think, right? Yeah, he probably does.
Actually, Peanuts, dude. I go to the Peanuts Christmas album. The Charlie Brown Christmas album. That's my favorite.
Perfect. I guess the first question should be, do you celebrate Christmas? Because a lot of these might be
insensitive
if you don't.
That's so funny.
Like, no, I don't do any of this. What are you talking about?
Yeah, none.
So one of the early scenes is you find an interesting album in the car and kind of make that the soundtrack of your trip. So what's in your car CD player, or you can say I'm modern, and what's in your car playlist?
Oh my gosh, everything. Gosh, man, I don't know. I'm Tyler Childers right now. Country.
Or is your answer, I wish I could go in my car, but we're all in lockdown and have been for the last 6 months, so I don't know where my car is.
Like a CD, what's that? I haven't seen that in a while, since filming.
I think I had a CD player on one of on my most recent car, and I switched it out because I wanted to have Bluetooth on it or something. But
I have an auxiliary cord right now, but it's like so messed up that I have to hold it a certain way in order for it to like play in my car, on both speakers. Otherwise it's like all staticky, so I just drive around like holding my auxiliary cord.
I mean, look, like I know LA drivers are good, and I have a lot of experience there, but I'm not going to tell you what to do, but maybe get like a rubber band or something.
Super safe.
Yeah. I mean, I guess there's so much traffic, so you're not ever moving very fast.
You're never moving. That's the thing. You're just always sitting there.
What high school clique were you in?
None.
Okay.
Yeah, loner, 100%.
That's the type of clique, I guess.
Yeah.
Clique of one.
I floated from like clique to clique, I guess. I just never had like set friends.
Okay. And what about college? Were you popular? Were you an outcast?
I did not go to college.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. Just doing it.
I went to the college of life, my friend.
There you go.
No, I actually have continuously been in college technically, but I didn't go to a 4-year college right out of high school. So,
got it.
I just take classes for fun now in my older age.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I mean, you were working and, what's the point? I literally interviewed someone two days ago who was like, I was on a TV show and then I went to film school to be like, I want to be a full, I want to round out my acting. And that was the worst decision I ever made because I was on a TV show.
Yeah. Well, and also it's funny because unless you go to Tisch or, or like Harvard or Yale or something, it's like no one really cares about your college education when you're an actor. They more so care about what like acting teacher you're studying with in the town. So,
Yep.
you know, it's like, what are you going to do? Spend a couple $100,000 on a, you know, acting education or spend like $300 a month. I don't know.
I mean, given the choice, I know which one I would choose. So.
Yeah.
What was the first kind of Christmas break with all of your, well, you said you didn't have any, did you hang out with your high school people the first Christmas break back, or did you?
I think I did, because I did move away right after high school. I moved to Colorado and I took a job on a horse farm.
Okay.
I work as a horse trainer. So I was gone, and I did come back for Christmas. And I remember I did hang out with like a few people, but not a whole lot. It was kind of reluctant. I more so just want to be around my family.
I was definitely the person that came back and was like, oh, look at me. Now I joined a fraternity. I'm so cool. So I related to some of the characters. I was like,
look at my cowboy boots. Like,
those are fashionable. Like, that works.
Yeah.
Do you still talk to your first love?
Kind of, I guess. Yeah. I mean, I keep in touch. Social media, you know. Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Just lightly stalk them. Yeah. But in a healthy way.
Yes. So funny.
Are you still in contact with your high school friends?
Very few. I think maybe like 2 or 3. Many. I moved in the middle of high school from Austin, Texas to Orange County. So I keep in touch with many more of my Austin friends than I do my Orange County friends.
It's so weird. You went from Texas to California, but you went to from liberal to conservative. You wouldn't think that.
Dude, it's so crazy because everyone was like, oh, you must be conservative. You must be conservative. You're from Texas. I'm like, no. I'm from Austin. Yeah. And then I moved to Orange County, and it was like, wow, I mean, right now there's a Trump stand on every corner. It's crazy.
Yes. It's an interesting area.
It's so interesting. It's like
Watch Your Past takes no political stance whatsoever.
Yeah. None.
What is your go-to drinking game?
Drinking.
It's a good one. Chug the beer.
I don't remember. I guess beer pong.
That's a good one. That's classic.
Yeah. A little hand-eye coordination.
Yeah, and it gets, you know, that connection gets a little bit, you know, better and worse as the night goes on.
Exactly.
Like, there's a happy medium where you're like, you don't have as much inhibition.
Yes. There's a point where I'm just sailing through that game, and then suddenly it just, like, gets bad.
Yeah. Did you have a fake ID?
No, I didn't. I did not. My sister did, though.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize you were a narc, too.
Oh, yeah. No, well, it's funny because, like, the minute that I turned 21, my parents were like, okay, so she's my younger sister. They're like, where's your fake ID? Like, we can't take you anywhere. They were, like, so frustrated. Like, she couldn't go anywhere. So she would literally use her fake ID just to, like, go to bars with my family. So bad.
That makes sense. You know, I'm sure she wasn't drinking. I'm sure she was just trying to entertain. Totally. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, totally buttoned up.
Yeah. Have you ever had PB&J tacos? That was a random line in the film.
It was. I feel like I have had PB&J on a flour tortilla, if that counts.
That counts? Yeah, we'll go with that.
Okay. All right.
I was going to say maybe a crepe would work too, but...
oh, yeah.
On the flour tortilla, you've gone all out.
Yeah. It's more of a burrito.
Yeah. Oh, that's a lot of PB&J, but... Hey.
No.
Have you ever been on a plane when someone died? Okay, good.
I have not. I'm happy to say.
That you know of, right? I guess
that I know of. Yeah, you're so right. I don't know.
Have you ever been to a party that was broken up by cops?
Yes.
Okay. Everything was fine, I assume. Well, you don't have to answer that.
I climbed the back fence and ran down a steep hill.
Ooh, that's exciting.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think that there was no reason to do so, but if you have an opportunity to hop a fence, take it.
That is a much better story than, they saw me and just told me to go home, so.
Right. Which is what they did.
Oh, they got you.
They just told everyone to go home, and I was out. I was gone.
If you had to pick the gifts of one of the 12 days of Christmas, what would you choose? And I've printed out the 12 gifts in case you need a reminder.
Oh man, wait, remind me remind me.
Okay, it's a partridge in a pear tree, 2 turtle doves, 3 French hens, 4 calling birds, 5 gold rings, 6 goose a laying, 7 swans a swimming, 8 maids a milking, 9 ladies dancing, 10 lords a leaping, 11 pipers piping, and 12 drummers drumming.
You know what? I know I just had you read the whole list, but I'm going to go with the first because that sounds like a lot less responsibility.
That's an interesting one. All right. I guess, how would you keep the bird in the tree? I guess it doesn't matter once you have the pear tree.
Yeah, I guess so. And then you have a pear tree.
Yeah. I thought people would choose 5 golden rings, but
I know, I thought about that. Like, you could sell them too, but I'm all about the nature, man.
if you sorry, do you have any go-to holiday decorations? Do you go all out for the holidays?
Yeah, I totally always have to put up like garland. And then those cinnamon pine cones that you can buy at the store.
Oh, nice.
I love those so much. I love the way they smell.
It's yeah. You get the spray, or do you get fresh ones every week or every?
No,
every year?
I get fresh ones.
Okay.
I'm like, yeah, I get fresh ones.
Keep that magic alive.
Yeah, man.
What's your go-to holiday drink?
Ooh. There are quite a few. There's this drink that I got at a bar one time. Like, I obviously can't go to that bar anymore, but it's like
I was like, what did you do? Oh wait, never mind. Everything is locked down right now.
Nothing I did. I was banned.
They found my sister's fake ID.
Yeah. No, there's a drink called a London Mule, and it's essentially like a Moscow Mule with gin. But there's like this very kind of holiday bitter cinnamony taste to it. It's so good. I don't know exactly what's in it. Obviously, I've never made it, but I love that drink. I
was gonna say, I mean, it can't be. I would just try a Moscow Mule with gin instead of vodka.
Yeah. But they put something on top that's just so good. I don't know what it is.
Well, you've got the time to experiment, so I think you can.
I do. Now I do.
Christmas. And what is your go-to holiday movie?
I love The Holiday.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah, The Holiday, I guess.
and of course, 12 Days of Christmas.
12 Days of Christmas, of course. Also, Nightmare Before Christmas, because that's the kind of person I am.
is that a Christmas or is that a Halloween?
Both. That movie is an October to December movie.
1 second. My go-to holiday movie is obviously 12 Days of Christmas now, and Anna and the Apocalypse is one of my favorites.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a really good one.
Yeah. Whenever I tell people about it, I say, and I probably should, I'll go with it for this. I should promote another movie, but I always say, okay, so let me put these words for you, and you tell me what you think. Christmas, British, zombie, musical. And more often than not, people are like, but we'll see. So
those words sound entertaining as hell. So
yeah, no, it's very unique, which is
yeah.
So now that the film's out, and you're promoting it digitally, trying to get the buzz up for the holidays, which is kind of the perfect time. I feel like this holiday season there just aren't going to be that many movies, just because there was no time to plan them out. So now that the movie's out, what's next for you?
So now that this one's out, I have another feature coming out soon. It was supposed to, we were supposed to do like ADR and everything right before COVID hit, and then, we went into lockdown. So the release date on that one got pushed back quite a bit. But that one's called The 10th Lodge.
Okay.
Very dark.
I was gonna say, is it like a horror thriller or
Yeah,
drama?
it's a kind of a cult movie, but it's about the end and origin of a cult. Okay. So it's based on the Jonestown Massacre, if that gives you any idea as to how dark it is.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Did they use Flavor Aid or Kool-Aid in this movie, or you can not tell? You can not tell me, and I'll find out.
They did not use Kool-Aid, but they did use cyanide.
Okay, all right.
In candy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cyanide and Candy was my favorite Marcy Playground song.
Me too. It's everyone's favorite Marcy Playground song, or the only one that
everyone knows.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so that's the only thing, really coming up for me. I have, my boyfriend and I shot like a short when we were in quarantine just to do something, and we'll just start putting some projects together. I'm a really bad actor in the sense that I don't just submit myself to everything and do everything possible. I'm kind of picky about what I do.
That's not a bad trait to have.
No, and so I really have to love whatever I'm involved in. So I'm just I'm always kind of waiting or developing or yeah.
That's awesome. I'm excited. As I said in the review, I really liked your acting, especially the dramatic moments. So I'm imagining I'll like 10th Lodge.
It's dramatic.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining me. This is Andy Newton. She plays Amy in 12 Days of Christmas. It's a holiday comedy drama that is available digitally, so you can rent it, buy it, watch it during lockdown, save it for Christmas, whatever floats your boat. Apparently, conservative or liberal, you can love it, according to Annie. So,
thank you so much for having me on.
Thank you so much for joining me.
All right, have a nice day.
That was Annie Newton, who plays Amy in 12 Days of Christmas. It's available digitally and on demand, so you can rent it or buy it and check it out now or save it for your holiday activities. If you like this interview, please like and subscribe. It helps out a lot, and make sure that our new interviews go straight to you. And as always, please go to watchyourpass.com for all your movie reviews, interviews, and recommendations. Thank you.